Kathy Lee, and now it's
Kelly,
Kelly
and
and.
isn't her husband?
Oh yeah, it's her husband. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Not
Maybe we should have some banter. Is all I'm saying.
okay. Well, we could banter. I don't know. How do you?
I don't have any banter. Let's start again. We'll just dive right in.
Welcome to Loops. We are grateful that you're joining us today. We're exploring heroes of the Christian faith. We're
sure
looking
are.
at some of the different virtues
Absolutely.
that shape us as people of followers of Jesus. So
We sure are. It's gonna be good.
I'll be honest, Brian. I'm not super prepared today.
Oh.
I apologize. What is the virtue?
Well, it's not diligence, so that's good.
That's good.
No, it's courage. Courage is our virtue of this week.
Ooh.
So we're looking at
Also not a strength.
really.
No. I mean, be
It's
bold.
not something people usually just kind of throw out
Yeah,
there.
well,
but all right.
be bold and courageous. I tend to be thoughtful and reflective. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I'm hoping you will inspire me today.
That's a courageous thing to admit
Thanks.
publicly.
Are you
All
gonna?
right.
Are you have
No,
someone from popular culture who can inspire me?
Yes, I was going to say I don't think I will inspire you, but I do think the person I'm going to talk about is maybe the most courageous person, at least of the last 100 years. It seems like.
Really? Okay.
I mean, that's a big claim. There's a lot of courageous people. Just when you hear his story, everything you hear about it is just so mind blowing.
I'm so
how
nervous.
Incredibly courageous. He
I'm
is.
so nervous you're going to say Han Solo right now because there's other people who are.
That would be rough. No. This is
Okay.
a real life person.
Okay.
World War II figure. He is sort of pop culture because there's a movie made about him.
Okay.
10, 15 years ago. Andrew Garfield played him. Mel Gibson directed
Okay.
it.
What was the name of the movie?
Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay.
About a man named Desmond Doss.
Okay.
And Desmond Doss, he's a Seventh-day Adventist. And so he has this deep conviction of pacifism. Like
Yes.
truly with that passionate believed that he should never fire a weapon, never own a weapon, never cause harm to another person.
Okay.
That was a dedicated belief. But yet, even though he was working for the shipyards and could defer his draft, he also had this deep conviction that he wanted to serve his country so strongly that he enlisted.
Okay.
And he enlisted as a medic. And we're gonna talk about this in just a second. He had a rough time in boot camp, but his great moment of heroism was in Okinawa, Battle of Hacksaw Ridge.
Okay,
That's where it named.
yes.
There was this kind of a slaughter, I think.
Horrific
and
battle.
Desmond Doss was the only medic left, and they were actually up on a ridge, and he just kept saving other soldiers. He just kept going in and saving one after another until he saved 75. I mean, this over the course of hours as he's being fired upon.
Oh, my
I mean, he's
goodness.
absolutely in this dangerous war zone, and he could have at any point, and he would not have gotten in trouble. Everybody would have understood. At any point, he could have left and gone down the ridge himself, but he just kept going back, and every time he would pray, God, please just let me save one more man. And he would go until he saved, I think they don't really know the exact number, it's like between 70 and 100 men.
Oh my
So
goodness.
usually they say around 75.
Okay.
And the cool part about, I mean, that's already amazing.
That's one aspect of courage that you say, that's the heroic.
That's
sort of-
physical
yeah,
courage.
Yeah.
He's risking his own life, his own body, his own health. But then the second part is he went through boot camp. I mean, he's going to be a medic, and once you're a medic, I mean, they're still expected to, I think, carry a firearm, and he refused. But in boot camp especially, it's demanded that you learn how to use a firearm, that you learn how to fire a firearm, that you carry it, you learn how to care for it, and he refused. So he enlisted, which is again a type of courage. And then with the entire platoon was against him, everybody, I mean, he was bullied basically constantly throughout boot camp. So he stood up to basically all of the forces of the military around him, plus all of his peers. So he would not work on Saturdays. He would just pray on Saturdays, and somehow he just kept moving forward with this absolute sense of conviction and courage, regardless of all the forces of the world pushing against him.
I'm here to serve, but I'm not here to conform.
Absolutely. And then those 75 of the 75 men that he saved, a lot of them were from that initial boot camp platoon that were bullying him for weeks. I mean, really beating him up. I mean, just really giving him a rough time. And yet when the time came, he still dragged them to safety again and again and again.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That is inspiring.
It is courage on all sorts of different levels.
Yeah.
And I believe there's some rule changes around how the military works because of Desmond Doss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Changes.
There it is. So yeah, that would be my hero of courage.
And mine is someone from my own life,
Yep.
and actually someone you know. It's Chris Rogers.
Oh, of course. That's a great choice.
Yeah, Chris was a social worker in town, worked at the high school. I met Chris, let's see, he's passed away 8 years ago. It was just his birthday a couple of days ago. But I met him about 13 years ago, and it was our mutual friend, David Hall, called and said, hey, bring Eli, we're gonna go over to Twin Bluff Middle School. A couple of us dads are gonna be there, we're gonna bring our sons.
Sure.
And so I went, met Chris, good guy. The three of us played basketball against our sons. We were still at that age where our sons like really did think we were great.
So they're like toddlers then?
Yeah, so, yeah, it does feel like a long time ago. But a couple days later, talking to another mutual friend, and she said, hey, I heard you met Chris the other day. Yeah, heard the dads beat the sons. Yeah, we talked about that for a minute. And then she just said, kind of in passing, I'm just so glad Chris is still with us. And at that point, I had no idea what she was talking about.
Right.
Turns out Chris had been living with a rare form of cancer for a number of years.
Yeah.
Lived with it another like 5 years or so, 5.5 years. And what was interesting is I got to know Chris through coaching and our sons and just being around him that way. You could tell, right? I mean, especially as the cancer wore on, you could see it in his body, you could see it in his face.
His face has cheeks. Yep.
Yeah, and the amount of pain that he was in, it was very substantial, and yet the dude just kept showing up for his family, for these young men that he had invested in, and I saw, I just saw I saw what that commitment did for a couple of those boys. I mean, it meant something to all of them, to be sure, but some of them really, their lives went in different directions because of that.
Absolutely.
And
I didn't know him
yeah.
as well as you did, but I also witnessed just him just showing, even when it seemed impossible. Like it
Yeah.
was to that point where,
Yeah.
oh man, you should probably be in bed. But
Yeah.
he found that strength, that courage to keep just
Yeah.
getting up and just there's like that, I have a t-shirt, you probably have a t-shirt that says
Yeah.
grit on
Yeah,
the back
yeah, yeah.
in honor of Chris. And he did live that out, that gritty courage that's just going to show up no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's so tempting when we face hard things. I mean, death, but even so many else. The temptation is just to say, I'm going to worry about myself. I'm going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to get turned inward. And somehow he found a way to keep just turning outwards towards others.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great choice. So the last thing is, the whole point of this is we look at these heroes, we talk about these virtues, but underneath all of this, where do these virtues come from? Why do we care if we act courageous? What does it really matter?
Yeah.
And as Christians, our answer is, well, we're made in the image of God, and so we get these virtues from God. So the last thing is, where do we see courage in God? How does God show courage?
Yeah.
And there's probably a lot of answers there. I'm sure you'd go with Exodus.
Somehow. Clearly. The showdown with casting his lot with Hebrew people. Do we need to do that story again?
No, we're not going to do that. I'm sure we do need to. Absolutely.
Okay.
We're not doing it today.
Okay.
No, we're talking about Christmas.
Ooh,
Talking
okay.
about December 25th, the
Okay.
baby Jesus.
Okay.
But we're going to enter into that through something that St. Paul writes in Philippians.
Ooh,
It's called the Christ hymn.
Christ hymn.
Have you heard of that? The Christ hymn?
I heard Philippians 2.
Yeah. I do. The Christ hymn, I'm actually going to read it. Paul writes, "Let the same mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus, who though he was in the form of God, did not regard equality with God as something to be exploited, but emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, being born in human likeness. And being found in human form, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross." I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
the one who was there to speak the Son into existence.
Yes.
It is kind of, because God is all powerful and all seeing. And so in the sense of courage is a little bit of a strange one here.
Yeah.
But still, to be that vulnerable, for Jesus to be
Yeah.
God and then empty godness from himself for the sake of you and me.
Yeah.
I mean, not specifically, but for all of us.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it is courageous.
Yeah.
It is, there's a deep sense of, why would you even do that? I mean,
Yeah.
it's sort of that almost recklessness
Oh, we could. Yeah.
of like a Desmond Doss who would just keep showing up. There's a reckless courage almost because you just have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah. Like to pour out Kenosis is the word, not to go all Greek nerdy on it, but the idea of being poured out. I mean, you're pouring out yourself for and your godness to take the form of a slave. I mean, the lowest of the low. I mean, it is for the sake of others. That is just.
And then this is not all, of course, just Christmas story. It's also
Yeah.
Easter there too, Good Friday.
Yeah.
A God who has the courage to die.
Yes.
I mean, it's the kind of, even start talking about it, it messes with your brain of how that even could work and what that even looks like. But just that sense of, that is what courage is, to risk everything, put everything out there, again, just for the sake of sinners like you.
Yeah. And maybe you, but definitely sinners like me.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I do think the theme, I guess, in our conversation here is in different ways. Courage is inspired by and moved towards love. I mean, that is what right? Jesus does this out of love. It is
Right.
That's what inspires the courage.
I think that's a good spin on it. And as you look at the three people we talked about, if God is a person, you do see that. You see how Desmond Doss was inspired by love of saving others. Chris was inspired by love of all of these youth in the community. And then, of course, God, inspired by the love of us.
Nice.
All right, great.
Good. Well, we've probably talked plenty today.
More than enough.
Yeah. So you guys have a good discussion. Thanks for joining us again.
All right, we got there.
The last one was pretty good.
Yeah, I think actually that took.